What's going on? This is the Ask a Swim Pro show. We are in Mesa, Arizona at the 2019 U.S. Masters Swimming National Championships. My name is Faris Sabati, CEO of MySwimPro, and I am joined by our community champion, Charlie Brown.
Hey, how are you guys doing?
What's going on? How you doing?
I'm doing good. It's cooler today than it's been all weekend, so it's kind of exciting.
It's good. And we are here at Nationals, but before we dive into what's going on here at the meet, go ahead and tell us about your swimming background. Tell us about, growing up, through the sport, and walk us through your journey to where you are today.
Yeah, so I started swimming when I was about 8 years old, so I come from a family. I'm the youngest of 10, so real big family. And all of us were pretty overweight, pretty big kids, and my mom actually went out trying to find us like an activity that we could do to lose weight or just be healthy. And she had found swimming, and she kind of just threw us in against our will. And I wasn't interested at first, but once we started and I really started loving it, lost a lot of weight, got into great shape as a kid, really started swimming all the way up through about high school. Swam competitively. I did a year-round team along with a summer league in the summer. Loved it, did a great job I think in it. And about competing during high school, I actually hurt my shoulder. Unrelated to swimming, I fell getting the mail, dislocated the shoulder, and in my ignorance I didn't take proper care of it at all. So it really messed up my shoulder for a while, and I stopped swimming because of it. And then I eventually got it fixed, got a full surgery, got back into swimming, really started doing again. And then I had another injury in the same spot. I actually got bit by a caiman, so essentially an alligator. Bit my arm.
Wait a second.
Yeah?
How did this happen? Paint the picture for us.
Okay, so at my former job, I was working with some caimans, some big alligators. And we were doing about to do a Facebook Live for it. I was right in front of him, and he just kind of came up and snatched me.
So the alligator, boom, I want Charlie's arm.
Yeah, just right here on the arm. He pulled me down, and he started doing his fun little spin. He ripped up my shoulder. It did tons of damage. I had pretty much every tendon torn, labral tears, rotator cuff, clavicle fractures. It was pretty messed up, and so that really shut me out of swimming for a long time. So I think about 2 to 3 years I didn't swim at all. Gained a lot of weight during that time, didn't exercise, didn't eat right. And then I actually started using MySwimPro because I just Googled, I was like, I need to lose weight and I need to swim. Because when I had tried swimming, I remembered the stuff I'd done in the past. I could swim, I could do a little bit. I was like, okay, I'll do 650s on this time. But there was nothing keeping me accountable. So about halfway 50s, I'd be tired. I'd be like, well, I'm done. I did 350s. That was my workout for today. So I wasn't seeing any progress. So I kind of looked up something that I could make progress with, and I found MySwimPro and started swimming. And then now I'm here working here at Nationals.
Yeah. So when you were swimming, what were your events that you would specialize?
So my favorite event was the 50 back.
50 backstroke.
50 backstroke, and then the medley relay. I was always the backstroker.
Okay.
I love it. I love backstroke starts. It's my favorite thing to do.
Yeah.
And then the 100 IM would follow that, and then 50 free. Nothing breaststroke. I mean, IM kind of fluctuates because there's breaststroke in it, but breaststroke's my weakest link. So I'm hoping to bring that up in the future. But yeah, if you put me in a breaststroke race, you don't even need to watch it because I'm going to lose.
Yeah, so, and here we are now, fast forward. So now you're back in the swimming routine. So what's your routine look like now?
So right now I'm swimming about at least 3 times a week. I'd average about at least 1,500 yards a day when I swim. And I kind of do a variety of the training plans. I don't do a select one right now because I like to get familiar with myself with all the plans so that when people send me questions about the plans, I can answer them super well and help everyone out on them.
Sweet. And let's talk about that. So right now you're our community champion, and you interact with a lot of people all over the world who are using the app in different ways. So what are some of the highlights of that and the opportunity to communicate with all these different people?
I think the biggest highlight is just the community aspect of it. I mean, we're worldwide, so we're going global, so there's so many people that I get to talk to, interact with. I get to interact with tons of different cultures and meet people and learn cool, slang for different ways to talk about swimming and different ways to say breaststroke in different languages. I can't pronounce any of them, but it's fun to learn them.
Yeah.
So that's one of the great things. And then it's also great to see everyone's kind of like common goal. I mean, everyone has different reasons why they're swimming.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, when they're using the app and they're doing it, we all come to the feature that we love swimming and we love doing it. So that's great talking to people about, and we kind of see a common trend of like, oh, I swam when I was a kid, and then now I want to swim again because I realize I love it. So it's great. Or people who've never swam and they're like, well, how do I get into it? And now they're getting into it.
Yeah.
So it's just great to see the passion for swimming.
Sweet. And I guess being here in Mesa at Nationals with 2,000 swimmers, what is it like to now interact in person with people who are using the application?
It's absolutely amazing. It's so awesome to put names to faces.
Yeah.
And just seeing how everyone interacts with the app differently, but they still all get something from it, is really cool. And then just the fact that, I mean, it's 2,000 people here and all from the country. So like there's just so many different things going on, and people like competing, and some people are here just because they want to compete. Some people are really trying to, you know, break some time. Some people are just doing it because they've never competed before and it's their first time. So it's cool to see everyone accomplishing all their, you know, their gold medal moments. They're all accomplishing different things.
And what are some, you know, whether it's here at the meet or digitally, the interactions you've had, what are some common questions that you have that maybe you can answer them here, you know, about swimming or the app or just things like that?
I think one of the most common ones is, okay, I've never swam before, like, will this teach me how to swim? And definitely, yeah, there's so much within the app or just within the community. You know, we have our Facebook page, MySwimPro Global Community, where you can just go in and talk to a bunch of different swimmers about, you know, different swimming topics and how to get better. We've got tons of content online of just how to swim. So yeah, you don't have to have any swimming experience to use this app and get better and improve yourself.
Let's define that before we talk about another one. So define it. So there's getting into swimming and like learning how to swim. So if you jump in the pool, you'll drown. So we don't do that yet. So you gotta have the baseline. And then I guess what level of beginner would you say is appropriate to start one of the training plans?
I think as long as you're comfortable swimming at least 50 meters or 50 yards.
There and back. If you
there and back.
Perfect.
And you know, and you're in a pool that you can touch the bottom. You're pretty set to start. There's a great, you know, just getting wet plan in there.
Yeah.
Get your toes started and
get started. Yep.
And it's really great.
Cool. Any other common, I guess, question or advice that you're always sharing with people that you interact with?
Not giving up. You know, it can get tough, especially when you're starting and you're not necessarily seeing all the progress you want. You know, I've been there.
Yeah.
And just not giving up. You're like, okay, I'll finish this workout and then let me see what the next day. And that's one of the great features is that you can see your times. So you do start seeing growth, even if it's just 1 second here and there, or just the fact that, you know, last week you only swam 100 yards. Now this week you're swimming 200 and 300. So never giving up. You know, there are a lot of times where I gave up in the past with swimming, and I regret doing it because of how much farther I'd be today.
Yeah. And talk about the experience of what is it like when you're part of the MySwimPro community? I mean, what does that mean?
It's absolutely amazing. So when you're part of the community, you're a part of a global community. So you get tons of different cultures, you get tons of different interactions, and just tons of support and help. Everyone's there to help each other out. So you don't have to be good to benefit from it. You can participate in all the discussions, and you can share your own success. Whether you got in the pool for the first time, you can share that and say, hey, it's been 10 years, my first time swimming at 25. I did it. Everyone's going to support you and really get that. And that really helps with the motivation of like, well, I've got my own little team. You know, a lot of us swim by ourselves. So you've got this global community that you have your own little team here that can help support you on your way, and everyone's going to support. And whatever your goal is, we're going to help you out in it.
And you mentioned swimming on your own. So a lot of people swim on their own.
Yeah.
I mean, I swim on my own most of the time. How does it work when you're swimming on your own with the MySwimPro app? Like, walk us through, someone who's not familiar, walk us through that.
So when you have the app, you're going to pick a plan, or you can just track what you're swimming. If you already have a workout plan you have in mind, you can just track it. I recommend picking a plan if you don't have anywhere to start. That way you start getting moving on it.
What's the plan that you recommend?
If you're just getting started, the Getting Wet or the 8-week Get Fit, those are really good ones, kind of depending on your goals. If you're a little bit more advanced, the IMX Pro Challenge is fun. I actually started out on that. It was a bad decision for me because I was really out of shape, but it was fun and it kicked my butt. And I just had fun doing it, even though I couldn't make any of the intervals out there when I started out. It was just fun to, you know, have something beating me up again, you know, like a coach figure that can tell me what I'm doing and what I'm doing wrong.
You picked a plan, and then what happens?
Once you pick the plan, you get in your pool that you're swimming at, you set it up in your app, you gets going, and you start. And it'll track everything that you're doing. It'll tell you when to go. how to do it. And then once you're done, my favorite part is the "You rock" message. So, you know, no matter how many yards you get, you're gonna rock. And then afterwards, you can go through and check all your stats for it. Your heart rate. You can see, you know, your split times, how fast you were going, your distance, your calories. That's a big one for me. I'm trying to lose weight, so I love seeing the calorie aspect. And then just seeing like, okay, I did a bunch of butterfly workouts. You know, how are my calories comparing to when I just do a breaststroke one? And you know, for me, it's a lot more because I'm much more effective on my butterfly than breaststroke. So there's a lot of fun, exciting for it.
And you mentioned the You Rock and a lot of that were the smartwatches. So what smartwatches do we work with?
So we've got Garmin, iPhone, Fitbit. We've got Wear OS.
Yep.
So we've got a lot and a variety of those. We have a blog with compatible.
Exactly. Yeah.
Smartwatches, so you can see exactly for what you want.
All the big ones and more coming. But Apple Watch is I mean, you've got the Apple.
Yeah,
Watch.
I have the Apple Watch.
Setup.
I'm an Apple guy, so I kind of like it. But I've tried out the Garmin, and I think it's a lot of fun too.
And so let's say someone doesn't have one of these smartwatches and they want to follow a training plan. I guess how would you recommend they, you know, get into the app without a smartwatch?
So you definitely can. When I actually started MySwimPro, I didn't have a watch that I was using every day. So what I did is I picked my plan, and I liked having the plan next to me. I'm not a big paper guy. I'm real about, you know, the environment. So one, you can print it off as a PDF, bring it to the pool with you. Or for me, my phone was in a waterproof case, so I pulled up the plan, just had it right on the pool deck with me, and I followed exactly, and then I could enter in my times right there. So it works really great. You don't have to have a watch to benefit from the app, which is really awesome.
Yeah. What are some of the success stories that you've seen in our community? It's so cool. We have the group, the gold medal moments people are sharing, like maybe some highlights. And it may not like their specific names, but just, you know, so-and-so might have done something.
So that's what's awesome about it being a global community is there's such a variety of these gold medal moments.
Yeah.
So we have weight loss. You know, some of our community members have lost over 100 pounds.
That's insane.
One of them's even like past 110.
Yeah.
But then some other gold moments, we have some members who swam over, you know, logged over 400 workouts. So you can just imagine, like, that's a lot of yardage.
That's a lot.
So some of the cool ones, but even just some of the smaller ones, you know, I love getting messages. So again, feel free to always message us.
Yeah, message
I love getting the messages like, hey, I finished my first workout today. I mean, that's a gold medal moment. Get in the water, getting started.
Step one, get in the water.
You did it. So those are my favorite ones. Where like, hey, I got in for the first time. I did it. I'm loving it. You know, what do I do next? And those are the best ones I see.
What are some of the most ridiculous, like crazy swim workouts or sets or challenges or goals that people have accomplished?
Let's see. I think
there's a lot. I know.
Yeah, there's a lot. I mean, one swimming over 400 workouts. I mean, that's
a lot of consistency.
That's a lot. That's consistency.
In our app, especially.
You know, I'm trying to think back. You know, did I do 400 when I was a kid? I mean, I think obviously I did, but
yeah. What period of time?
Yeah. So I mean, that's pretty amazing, and just seeing everyone's growth is really cool. I think the weight loss ones for me, because that's what hits most to me. The weight loss ones are the ones I really love seeing, because it's just so empowering to see, you know, people taking control and being able to make through and have a support system through it. Because it's tough trying to lose weight on your own, but when you have that support system of just everyone wanting to be there for you, it's really great.
What's the coolest part about working at MySwimPro?
Okay, it's got to be the community within the community.
Yeah.
So we're worldwide, so we've got, what, 7 time zones now?
Yeah, 8 time zones.
8 time zones
we have
now.
Team members in 8 time zones, distributed team.
So one, it's really cool being able to coordinate and figure out, okay, well, they're asleep right now, but let's message them.
Yeah.
But just the teamwork aspect, even though we're not all in the same place, you know, we're actively talking to each other each day and figuring out what's best for the community. And that's my favorite part.
Cool. And if you were trying to recruit someone to join the MySwimPro community, and maybe they have whatever swimming background that they have, I guess, what is the pitch to join the MySwimPro community?
Like why they should join us?
Yeah, so someone's like, oh, I swim or thinking about swimming, what would you tell them?
If you're just thinking about, okay, so MySwimPro, without even just the app, we're a community.
Yeah.
So you can just join the community and benefit from everyone. So that's my big selling point is community. You know, you can swim alone, but you don't have to do it alone.
Exactly.
You can do it together.
Yeah.
So that's my big selling point. And then of course, like using the app, having that training plan, having the stats and the statistics for you, that's going to really sell you. So I mean, if you need help, you need teamwork, but you're swimming by yourself, and we've got the community. You just gotta join.
How does someone join this community? We've hyped up the global community so much, and I love it. So what are some ways that people can engage with us?
So one, you can message or email us at any time.
Yep.
You can go to our blogs, comment on our blogs, go to our YouTube, SoundCloud. You can comment, you talk to us right then.
And we'll have that all linked in the description at MySwimPro.
So that's like a quick way, or you can just find us on Facebook, message us. We've got our support in our MySwimPro global community page. You can look it up and join right there. Once you join the app, you automatically get a message from us inviting you to join all those things. And once you're in, you get to one-on-one time with all of the community members and talk to us and benefit from it.
Yeah, so step number 1, download MySwimPro on your iPhone, Android. And yeah, we will link all of the Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all of that, MySwimPro. And Charlie is who you'll talk to.
Yeah, you get to talk to me.
But when you do download the app, you'll get an automated email from myself, which I get the immediate replies. So when you download, we are the ones who will engage with you. So it's really exciting for that. Do you have any shout-outs that you want to give to anybody in the swimming world? Or
I got to shout out Pflugerville Piranhas. They're still going. That was my childhood swim team.
Nice. That's near Austin?
Yeah, it's near Austin. It's about 15 minutes north of Austin.
Cool.
It's childhood swim team. So yeah, we always said eat my bubbles. I mean, a lot of people do, but that was our slogan.
Bubbles.
So
I love it. Yes.
Got to shout them out. And then of course the rest of the MySwimPro team, we're all killing it, doing a great job. And then everyone right now in the MySwimPro global community, keep up the conversation. I love talking, liking everyone's messages, and seeing everyone's going on. So, yeah.
Sweet. And with that, eat my bubbles. We have Charlie Brown, our community champion, signing off for the Ask a Swim Pro show. Bye.